Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the stream. How are we all doing? Great to see you all. Just firing this into the CSE Discord. There we go. And yeah, so we are back with another stream. Welcome to the channel. Now, do let me know if how loud the background music is. I've tried to add some background music today. But I can't hear it, so yeah, you guys are just gonna have to let me know. Let me just move myself down a bit. So you guys let me know how if you can hear the background music anyway, and if you can, how loud it is, because I can turn it down. So yeah, please do let me know. Barros, good afternoon. Gary, how are we doing? Great to see you. Yeah, let me know in the chat, guys. How is the background music, if there is any? How loud is it? Or if there's not, let me know that as well. There should be some background music. But if there's not, do let me know. But yeah, I have tried to add some background music, but I can't hear it for some reason, so I'm hoping that you guys can. But yeah, do let me know in the chat. But yeah, welcome to everyone that's joined so far. It's great to have you. Obviously, we are back. Wait, what's going on there? Why is OBS doing that? Hang on, guys, hang on. Oh no. Why is that doing that? Oh, I might have to restart the stream. Hang on, guys, I'm going to have to restart the stream. Wait there. Oh, what a nightmare. How do you refresh? Let me see if it's good. Let me see if I can refresh. Basically, the screen's stuck. I'm just asking Grok how to refresh it. Basically, it's stuck on that Twitter bit there, which it obviously shouldn't be. It should be on TradingView. Toggle the preview on and off and back on. Right click anywhere in the preview area, or press. Right click anywhere in the preview area. Uncheck enable preview. Right, hang on, I should be hopefully I'm fixing it now, guys. Turn it back on, this forces. Nope. What is going on? Let me tick that. Apparently this is switch scenes and switch back on. I'm sorry about this, guys. What a nightmare. Just ruined the whole stream because OBS is frozen on the thing. Right click the display capture and then click deactivate. Oh, what a nightmare. What a nightmare. You don't get this on StreamYard. You don't get this on StreamYard. I'm trying to fix it without having to restart the whole stream. Sorry about this, everyone. We are going to miss US Open now as well. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to close the stream off and restart the whole thing, which is incredibly annoying. The only other thing maybe I could do is remove that, and then which maybe you're just seeing me now. I don't know. Mac OS screen. If I re-add that, maybe that will fix the issue. Let's hope so. Anyway, if you're enjoying the chaos, do let me know. I'm trying to fix this literally like on stream in real time. What an absolute pain in the ass. And now my laptop's frozen. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So you can see that, and now my laptop's frozen. Well, I don't know why OBS does that. Like, if you got it open for a while, it just sticks. Right. Right, how am I going to do this now? So, hopefully, guys, I should be able to fix the issue now. Hopefully. Right. So, all I should have to do here is basically just refit the window. Like this. Right. I think we should be on now. If I close that down. Let me just wait for it to come through. What a nightmare. Honest to God, what a nightmare. I'm going to have to make sure I put that on my list of... Honestly, the list of things to do before streaming has only grown since moving over to OBS. It used to be a little bit more straightforward. I'm just waiting for my stream to catch up that I've got on the left-hand side. Ah, right, so it looks all good now. Yeah? We're all good? All good? Let me know in the chat. Anyone that's actually still here anyway. That was absolute carnage and chaos. We are about to open for US too. So, yeah. Well, to be honest, Gary, it was better than shutting down the whole stream, weren't it? It was better than shutting down the whole entire stream. That was the only other option. Was to shut the whole thing down and restart the whole thing. Which would have been an absolute pain. So you had a little live demonstration there, and obviously like how I set the stream up and what like the start of the stream looks like and all that jazz. So if you ever wanted that, you've just got it. Anyway, we are open US market. I know we didn't even get a chance to do the poll, did we? I'll tell you what, we'll do a different type of poll today. But just obviously looking at that, Stonksy caught a great long on the 5-minute from yesterday, moving into today. It's currently in the red, just below 74k. We'll see if that changes or not. But we are open on US market, so yeah, thank you very much to everyone that's joined so far. Anyone else? Do let me know in the chat if you stuck around from the start during that whole chaos period. Anyone that's just joined, I had an absolute some absolute shenanigans at the start of this stream where basically OBS was frozen, which OBS is basically what records the screen for me. Used to stream on something called StreamYard, switched over to OBS, and if you leave OBS open for too long, like I had it open from a couple of hours ago, it basically just sticks on a scene that you've had open on your screen and just sticks. So obviously it was just stuck on one scene, but I managed to fix it live in real time on stream, so we didn't have to close the stream down and restart it. But yeah, we are open for US market today. Do remember, yeah, of course, it's opening a little bit earlier if you are in the UK. Afternoon, Dave, just walking into work. Catch up tonight, bro. Lee, mate, you're in for a treat at the start of that stream, honest to God. If you've only just joined, you'll be in for a treat at the start of the stream. Let me just make sure that the tweets went out. Let me make sure that the tweets have gone out. Yeah, that's gone out on there. And has it gone out on TMG's account? Let's see. Let's see. Yep. Okay, that's all good. All good. But yeah, we are now... Oh, so climbing back above 74k. Anyone else that's in the chat, do get your comment in. Do let me know who we've got here. They have Dave. Yeah, mate, honestly. But anyway... Yeah, so we are climbing initially on US Open. Do let me know as well, is the background music okay? Does anyone want it turning down? Gary said that it's all good. It's good, the background music. Let me know if you need the background music turning down a little bit more. I'm going to move that over here. So you won't see that thing I've just pulled up there. You won't see that anymore. But yeah. Oh, the tweets. Right, thanks, Lee. Yeah. Thanks very much. Yeah, we're climbing initially on US Open. But yeah, let me know about the background music. Is it too loud? Do you need it turning up? Is it just right? We've had one bit of feedback from Gary which says it's good. So I'm hoping that everyone else says the same so we don't have to alter it. But I'll alter it if needed. Yeah, Bitcoin's now climbing back above 74k. If we go and have a look at the daily. Let's go and see the daily time frame. We are now hitting the highest periods in about 6 weeks. So as you can see, we are now back towards levels last seen on the 4th of February, which is around about a month and a half, 6 weeks or so. So that's all good. Obviously, we've surpassed where we came up to on Friday, and we have surpassed where we reached on the 4th of March, just almost 2 weeks ago. So we are now definitely in a nice uptrend. Now, what is important to note, guys, a little bit of information for you here, is that Bitcoin yesterday recorded 7 straight daily green candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, the record is 8. The record is 8 straight daily candles, which I think goes back to 2012. That's what Grok told me yesterday anyway, so I'm going to take it as factual. Now, of course, if today's candle closes green, which at the moment, it looks like it would be an absolute calamity if this candle closed red, wouldn't it? That would mean that we'd be dropping back below 72,800-ish. Then that would obviously equal the record, 8 straight daily candles, and that would obviously equal the record back from, 14 years ago. And then, who knows, we may even go on for a new record, 9 straight daily candles if tomorrow's is green as well. But yeah, nice little bit of information, and nice little bit of fact for you there, hot off the press. We've got 7 straight daily candles, which equals April 25, so almost a year ago. We got 7 in a row, but we didn't get 8. Now, this looks like it's going to get 8, so it could be 8 straight daily green candles for the first time in 14 years. So that is a nice bit of price action, isn't it? For sure. If you longed at any point back towards, the 7th, 8th, 9th, even on the way up, 10th, you are now in profit. Obviously, longed at any of these periods, as long as you didn't get chopped up in, say, that wick there or whatever, you are pretty much good. So yeah, that's what we're getting on Bitcoin, and it is pumping low time frame as well. Let's go back to the hourly to have a look at the hourly. Yeah, we are pushing now on, and we are nearly breaking above where it got up to at 4 o'clock this morning, which is very, very nice in itself. Apart from that, what's going on? Obviously, oil has been a big focus, hasn't it, recently? We didn't actually get too much price action on oil on the open, did we? If you look on futures, when futures came in, it pumped up towards 102.5-ish, which is round about where it was at some point over the weekend. I think on Hyperliquid over the weekend, I think it got up to about 105, 106, I think. But it's back down today, minus almost 4%, back down sub $95 now. I know as well, I don't know if anyone else saw this, but there was quite a few big short positions opened on Hyperliquid on oil over the weekend. So that was interesting to see. I don't know if anyone got stopped out on it or not. Let's go and have a look. We can go and have a look. Let's go and see where it got up to over the weekend on Hyperliquid. There's oil. There we go. First one. Let's see. Where did we get up to? Yeah, so it got just short of 104. Well, it got up to 103. Yeah, 103 it got up to. And obviously coming all the way back down. But yeah, that's obviously where Hyperliquid really comes in clutch. And obviously, I don't know if any other DEX pairs, any other DEXs offer oil at the moment. I know obviously exchanges have been trying to roll out gold and silver trading, and obviously maybe moving into stocks as well as fast as possible. But I don't know if any exchanges actually offer oil trading. I think PrimeXBT does actually. Speaking of that, PrimeXBT offers oil trading, which is in the description. So obviously, if you want to use the centralized exchange, PrimeXBT is in the description where you can do your oil trading. But yeah, I was interested to see obviously where it was getting up to on Hyperliquid over the weekend. So there we have that. Let's go back to Google. And yeah, so obviously there's oil, gold, silver. Obviously had a bit of a retrace last week. Coming into this week, started to bounce. Silver up just over 1%. Gold up back above $5,000. These are getting some really nice bounces now. MSTR Circle, just an absolute beast. Just an absolute beast. Back to over 124, which is now a solid, like, I mean, off the top of my head, I think about 150%, maybe 140% off the low. So Circle's having a very, very, very good time as well. Something else that's having a very good time is Solana. So Solana, let's go and have a look on the daily chart. You'll notice as well, a lot of these are still in the red as well on Stonksy. So really keen to see Bitcoin still in the red, Solana still in the red. So Solana is still in the red from, it went red at 144. What an absolute call that was. Now obviously you got to remember the daily time frame is high time frame, so it's not measuring, you know, small moves. Now of course if we look at what happened last time, it went red here, then came all the way down towards 150, 117ish, then actually rode the bounce up to 148, so a little bit above actually where it opened. So it got all that there and then came all the way back up, but then stayed red and obviously caught that massive drop down. So we are interested to see what happens with Solana and Bitcoin and any others that it's still red on the daily. But Solana, like ETH as well, we'll have a look at ETH in a second. ETH leading the pack today, up just over 5%. So out of Solana, ETH and Bitcoin, ETH is definitely rallying the hardest and it's getting some really good gains today. Afternoon Discipline, how are we doing, legend? Great to see you. Great to see you. Yeah, but yeah, Solana making some nice moves again, you know, into fresh local highs, back to levels that we've not seen in about 6 weeks. And on Solana, keen to really see price action in kind of 104 to 105, which maybe lines up perfectly with Bitcoin getting towards 78 to 79k. Let's have a look at ETH. What's ETH doing? We got music, we have, yes. Steve-O, we got music, mate. Honestly, I tell you what, any of you boys that wasn't in from the start, if you want to see an absolute calamity, after I finished the stream, go back and watch the first 10 minutes of the stream. I had an absolute nightmare. Set the stream up perfectly, you know, got the background music in, got the wee shopping cart music for the intro, all that good stuff. And then basically when I came to actually start speaking and actually starting the stream, OBS had frozen on a scene from Twitter. So I was looking at TradingView and OBS was just stuck on this scene from Twitter and I couldn't get off it. So I spent about 5 minutes trying to fix that so I didn't have to shut down the whole stream and then restart it. So a little lower in volume. You want me to turn it down a bit? Let's see. How's that? Let me know how that is. I've turned it down just a little bit. Let me know if that's any better, Steve-O. I can't hear it, you see. I can't hear it. It's just coming through to you guys. So you guys are kind of my guide to get the perfect volume. So let me know how that is now, Steve. I've turned it down a bit. But yeah, so if you want to laugh and you want to just see total calamity, but, you know, problem fixing live on stream. Otherwise, I would have had to shut the stream down and restart a new one, which would have been an absolute nightmare. But yeah, in terms of ETH, we are now pushing nicely. As you can see, ETH, yeah, almost 6% up on the day, and is pushing nice and hard. You can see a nice expansive candle as well, and look at the reaction, guys. Look at the reaction. As soon as we break range, yeah, it's normal now. Ah, good. Okay. Yeah, well, maybe we'll just keep it at that level then. We'll keep it at that level. But look what happens, you know, as soon as we break range. Let's go and have a look at Bitcoin. You know, break range, bang, begin to expand. But obviously the magic is in altcoins. When we get these expansive phases, you can see Solana break range, bang, start to expand, and then ETH just absolutely shooting up. So ETH's really starting to get kind of his mojo. And what you'll notice is ETH looks a lot different chart-wise compared to Solana and Bitcoin. Where, I mean, ETH, kind of the sky is the limit. You know, even if Bitcoin goes to 78, 79k, if we start seeing some ETH outperformance, we could actually see a really decent rally on ETH, maybe even into And I definitely wouldn't rule it out. It's a bit, maybe a bit far-fetched for this rally. Maybe we'd be looking towards kind of this liquidity area here. But what you'll notice is ETH's makeup and kind of how the chart looks is a lot different to Solana and ETH. Sorry, Solana and Bitcoin. So if you look at Bitcoin, you can very clearly see there 78 to 79k. There's resistance, there's supply. There is, you know, kind of the area on the chart where we want to be looking at. Same for Solana. You know, lines up exactly with Bitcoin. A nice push higher, and then comes into there, you know, resistance and supply. When we come to ETH, we don't really have anything like that. You know, pretty much like it was just one straight line down. Really, that area on ETH is here. You know, that kind of similar area where we were looking at Bitcoin and Sol then is there on ETH. But obviously you can see ETH is basically already nearly there. So we need to be looking a bit higher. Maybe we'll look at this liquidity area here, but we'll have to see. But yeah, welcome to everyone that's joined the stream. Please do drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know who else we've got in. As the market carries on pushing up, we are getting a nice bullish day. And if you did miss the bell on open, then make sure you come back on Wednesday to hear the opening bell. But yeah, some really nice price action. We're getting some really good movement. Look at that. Look at Pepe. Look at Pepe go up 15%. Boom. I bet memes are moving today. I bet memes are moving. Obviously, I've had my eye on Pengu for a while. Fartcoin, nice bounce off the low. But I mean, look at Pepe. Trump actually minus 4.5%. This got a crazy move though, didn't it? This basically just got a crazy move before everything else. You can see that that's kind of looking like it's reached a point of no follow through momentum for the meantime. Let's have a look at stocks. What stocks doing? Got Nvidia up 2%, Meta up 2%, Tesla up 2%. So overall, the Mag 7 having a nice green day. You've got Microsoft and Amazon barely down, just in the red, and then Apple 0.5% up, and Google just over 0.5%. So nice day over in the stock market, which obviously we got a big retrace on it, didn't we, last week? Big retrace. You know, we came down, flipped that to resistance, and then sold off. But we're having a nice bounce today, which is all, you know, always good to see. Let's go and have a look, see what's going on with Bitcoin lower time frame. I missed oil. Yeah, we'll have a look at oil now, mate. We'll have a look at oil. Oil's starting to sell off. Probably as, I assume probably the market is anticipating that the Strait of Hormuz. I'm pretty sure I said that how Wiz told me to say it. The Strait of Hormuz. It's looking like Trump is trying to form some coalition with the UK, European countries. I know he's been asking Japan, but I think Japan have rejected that now. To kind of create a safe way for oil ships to get through it. But yeah, we'll have a look at oil now for you, my good friend. Yeah, so oil's selling off, down 4% today. On oil futures, when futures reopened at 10 o'clock last night, oil came up to around 102.5 and then has sold off since. On Hyperliquid over the weekend, it did reach 103. So a little bit higher, nothing crazy, but a little bit higher. But you can trade oil over on Prime XBT as well, which is in the description for you guys. So if you do want to check it out, there it is for you. And yeah, pretty much that's where we're up to for now anyway. You know, all eyes on Bitcoin, all eyes on the strength. If you did miss the stat as well, a nice little handy stat for everyone is that Bitcoin has put in 7 straight daily candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Obviously on the closes. That is the first time it's done that since April last year. However, if we do get an 8th straight daily candle today, which looks like we are going to close green again today, you know, it would take a good sell-off on Bitcoin to close this candle red, which wouldn't be a good sign. It will be the first time that Bitcoin has done that since 2012. So if you think back, you know, through the 2017 bull market, through the 2021 bull market, we didn't get 8 straight daily green candles. But we could get it now, which, yeah, would be the first time since 2012. And, of course, if we go on to close tomorrow green as well, that would be setting a new historical record of 9 straight daily green candles. Bosco, how are we doing, mate? Great to see you. Great to see you. What's your thoughts, Bosco? It's always good to know what you're thinking, mate. Always good to know what's going on in your plans and your preparation. What are you thinking, mate? Drop it into the chat if you wish. Anyone else as well, let me know in the chat. What are you guys thinking? What are you guys looking at? What are you guys thinking where we are going to go? Let's go and have a look at some news. Let's have a look at TMG's account first. So obviously we had Bitcoin hitting that. We had Saylor strategy buying 22,337 Bitcoin for $1.57 billion. Big Bitcoin buy last week from strategy. Big Bitcoin buy the week before as well, but they bought a hell of a lot of Bitcoin last week. A reminder that obviously FOMC meeting is coming on Wednesday. Probably going to be a nothing burger. And yeah, obviously a few other bits of news. JP Morgan now accepts Bitcoin and Ethereum as loan collateral. Dubai airport got hit again by Iranian drones. What I am keen to keep an eye on, and I know I can get to it from this bit, I think. Here, this is the one I want. So let me follow this on the Stonksy account. This is obviously what's enabling strategy to keep buying so much Bitcoin. This is what's enabling strategy to keep buying so much Bitcoin is the STRC model and the STRC product. I don't really know what to call it, to be honest. But if we do go and have a look at this now live on stream, basically this is what's allowing strategy to keep funding all these Bitcoin buys and where the Bitcoin buys keep coming from. When STRC gets above $100, strategy starts selling it, which is where obviously they're getting all this money and funding from. So that's where they get it from. When STRC gets above $100, they start selling it, and then when it drops below $100, they stop selling it. But obviously, naturally, people buying it is what then pushes it back above $100 because it's got a yield of 11.5%. You can't get 11.5% anywhere else, can you guys? Definitely don't get that from the bank. You don't even get that on stable coins, you know. But yield on probably USDC, and USDT is probably what, like 2-3% now. So in terms of TradFi seem to be absolutely eating up STRC with just being able to get a dividend yield of 11.5% annually, which is just funding massive money for strategy. So they've come up with a model that's pretty remarkable, really. And as you can see, volume has just been exploding on it. Hello, Codin. How are we doing? Great to see you. Great to see you, my man. Great to see you. But yeah, this is obviously, if you're wondering where strategy is just getting all this money from, this is it. It's from STRC. And Wiz kindly explained the model to me on, I think it was last Wednesday when he come on stream. And I went and asked Grok, found out some more about it, and basically got a brief understanding of it. Yeah, the strategy's idea is to keep it in and around $100. When it gets above $100, they start selling STRC on the market, which then obviously gives them money. They sell it, people, they sell into it. When it's above $100, they generate money. When it's below $100, they stop selling it. But naturally, with an 11.5% yield, people are just eating it up, which then, of course, means that it pushes it back above $100 and strategy can start selling into it again. But I mean, the volume has just been exploding. It set an all-time high volume on Friday, so it suggests that, you know, good money is coming into it now. It seems like good money is coming into it. But yeah, how is everyone doing? Let me know in the chat. What did you get up to over the weekend? Anyone taking any trades? What's everyone's thoughts on the current rally? Where do you think we're going? My idea, personally, is that I think this rally takes us up towards 78, 79, maybe even sweeps if I mark it out. That would be a prime sweep of liquidity, potentially taking us towards 80 on a sweep of all them wicks, just clear them out, maybe hit 80k and drop back below. But either way, I think we kind of come up to here, and whether we come up here and drop back below, or we just continue there, I think then that's where the retrace will begin. And I think then we'll look to come down for some support. May come down for an SR test of there again, but again, you know, that seems a bit obvious. Maybe we come back and test somewhere that we build along the way. But that's kind of my overall thoughts and feelings moving into kind of the next week or so. What about everyone else? Let me know in the chat. I'm personally thinking 78, 79, maybe a tip over 80 for just a full liquidity wipeout. And then I think we begin some form of retrace back down. Let me know in the chat what you think. Let me know what you think about the background music as well. I can swap and change the background music, so if if there's a few of you guys that aren't a fan of the background music, do let me know. If anyone's got any suggestions for the background music, let me know that as well, because I can put what, as long as it's copyright free, as long as it's copyright free music, I can use it. So yeah, if you've got any suggestions, any kind of background music that you know of and you like, I'll definitely put that on for you guys. Who says I can't be a DJ on stream as well? But yeah, so that's what kind of I'm thinking. Background loads better. Good. Well, thank you very much, Clean C. That is great to know. Great to have you active in the chat. So I don't know if I've seen you active in the chat before. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. But yeah, thank you very much for your comment. Hopefully as well, you guys thinking that the stream quality is better. The stream quality definitely should be better now I'm on OBS. But if you do want a bit of a laugh and you wasn't here around at the start of the stream, go and watch the first 5 to 10 minutes of the stream. I had a bit of a calamity with OBS. Not even on my part as well. I set the stream up perfectly. Got everything prepped. For tweets going out and everything. And OBS just froze on a scene from Twitter because I had it open for a few hours. So that's a lesson learned. Right before I start to load up the stream and everything, I need to close down OBS and reload it. But yeah, lesson learned on that. You have fella local boy too. I think so. I actually, you know what? I think it rings a bell. Do you know what it is, Clean C? Is because YouTube changed this not too long ago. I think it might have been firstly on StreamYard where it changed, where it stopped showing me people's display names and just started showing me people's usernames. So it's happened quite a bit, where obviously people's usernames and display names didn't line up at first. DJ Dave, did you see about the Polymarket users threatening journalists to post news so they could win bets? No, I haven't seen that, no. But what I have seen, bit of interesting news for you, is if I go pull it up, I'll go pull it up now. I didn't realise, I don't know if anyone else realised this or not, the complete disparity between Kalshi and Polymarket. It's absolutely wild. So Kalshi just absolutely obliterates every other prediction market. So this is the past 30 days of revenue. Kalshi 110 million, Polymarket 4.2 million. And bearing in mind this is revenue, not profit. So obviously we don't know kind of the profit of Kalshi, and we don't know the profit of Polymarket, what kind of ratios they're working on. But I think that's crazy. Polymarket, I think it's been tipped on it, and you've seen it reported that Polymarket and Kalshi are raising money, and they're both raising it $20 billion-ish valuation. But Kalshi's got almost 30 times the revenue of Polymarket. It's crazy. YouTube and Discord, different names, right? Yeah. Well, Clean C, mate. Great to see you again in the chat. Great to see you again in the chat. I think the Iran-US ceasefire could be bearish. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe it gets priced in, Muji. Maybe it gets priced in. Who knows? But I mean, yeah. Obviously, speaking of, I didn't see about that. I didn't see about that piece of news coding. No. Where is this? Obviously, that's alleged, of course. But where did you see that? No, I didn't see it. But yeah, I didn't realise just the sheer difference in Kalshi and Polymarket. It's crazy. So I'm quite interested to see what valuation they actually both raise at. The last time I saw it, it was that they were both raising at 20 billion. But if that's the case, is the Poly token, whenever they release it, just an instant short? Is that just an instant short? Because if the revenue, and you've got to think about how big Polymarket is, you would say alongside Hyperliquid, it's probably they're the two biggest things in crypto at the moment, aren't they? Obviously, Kalshi is more tailored towards just straight up fiat, and obviously kind of your traditional ways to bet if you want. I don't know. It's a fine line in it between prediction markets and betting and stuff like that. But anyway, Yeah, is the poly token, if that's what it's going to be called anyway, just going to be an instant short, or any sort of initial rally it gets just an instant short? Because if that's the revenue during a time when you see poly market absolutely everywhere, they're not going to have that much money to actually like do any buybacks or anything unless they put the money in that they raise, which you would assume they'd probably be wanting a payday for themselves. So I don't know. I really don't know. We'll have to just wait and see, won't we? But obviously, that's not financial advice to just go and short it as soon as it launches. But what is interesting to see the disparity between Kalshi and Polymarket in terms of revenue. Kalshi should be 100 bill if Polymarket is 20 bill. Yeah, but it seems that way, doesn't it? It seems that way. I couldn't believe it. I was gobsmacked. I was gobsmacked when I saw the disparity between the two revenues. I couldn't believe it. 30 days as well, that. 30 days, you got to remember. Just absolutely slapped the shit out of Polymarket, didn't they, Kalshi? But yeah, so far on this Bitcoin, on this US Open, you know, the first half an hour or so, we have got a rally up and then sell back down on Bitcoin. So kind of in and around where we was when we first come on stream. Nick, how we doing, mate? Nick, great to see you. Mate, you missed the bell. Nick missed the bell again. Nick's just joined. I am just going to run to the toilet, guys, and I'm just going to get a quick drink. So I won't go anywhere. What I will do is leave you with this cool loading thing, and let me just get what I'll do. I'll put the Wii. I know people love the Wii shopping cart music, so I forgot to put any sort of music on the pause screen. So I will put the Wii shopping cart music, and I'll be back in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. Let's see. Let's do that. Okay. And sorry if that deafened anyone. So, oh, hang on. What's going on here? Where's that gone? Did the pause one already have music on? Did it? Where's that gone? I don't know what's going on here. I might just have to leave this on. I might just have to leave this one on. Yes, Stu, how are we doing? Great to see you, mate. Great to see you. I might just have to leave that one on. I'm gonna have to have a look to see about that pause one. So I put it on, and it should just stay like that. It's only on for 11 seconds. Right, hang on. Let me see if I can. Hang on. Let's see. All I need to do is change it so it loops. Properties. There we go. Loop. That Polymarket news was on X. Posted in Discord. Was it really? Right, let me just see. Let me just see if this loops. I want to see if this loops, and then I'm just gonna run to the toilet, and then I'll be right back as it says. But how cool is that, guys? How cool is that graphic? Yeah, there we go. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Don't go anywhere. I will be. I'll be back in just a minute, and yeah, we'll obviously continue with the stream then. Get any questions or thoughts and feelings on the market in the Discord? I want to know. In the Discord, in the chat. It's because I was reading your comment there. Coding about Polymarket news was posted in the Discord. Yeah, do get any comments in the chat. I want to know where you guys think we are going next on this Bitcoin rally. Right. We're back. How was that pause? How was that pause screen, guys? Let me know. How was that pause screen? What's good as well is the shadow seems to have gone from behind me. Seems to have got rid of that. I put another light next to me, which seems to have done the job. So, yeah. Face on like that, yeah. How was the pause screen? Did the Wii shopping cart music stay on? I seen obviously the visual stayed on. Did the Wii shopping cart music stay on? It's all trial and error this for me. But we will get the perfect setup. It was fine. Peaceful. I don't know about that, Muji. I wouldn't call that Wii shopping cart music peaceful. I think after a while it starts to send you insane. It was fine. Well, thanks, Coding. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is probably just hit the perfect kind of stream setup soon. Obviously, without any kind of difficulties or whatever. How we've got it now should basically be fully good with how we've got it. I do think obviously in the long term it's going to prove much better than streaming on StreamYard. But yeah, there we go. So what we're moving on to next. If you've got anything specific you want me to look at, obviously do let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I'm just kind of want to start going through and having a look at where things are, because I don't know about you guys, but over kind of the past few weeks, I haven't really kept up to date with the large majority of the market. I've mostly been looking at Bitcoin, ETH and Sol. So it'd be good to kind of just flick through the charts and just see where is everything. So if you look at something like XRP there, yeah, we'll have a look at oil again, Muji. I did cover oil when you asked for it though. I did cover it, but we'll have a look at it again in a minute. But if you look at XRP hasn't even actually broken out yet. So XRP is still, I'd probably say, you know, definitely above kind of 151 is where I'd be looking for kind of a confirmed XRP breakout. Hype has obviously just been a different beast. Now, this is what went into the newsletter on Friday. This was actually the analysis that I'd done on Friday, which was when we was here. No, sorry, here. So that's proved to be a good bit of analysis so far. Obviously, the SR flip being there in this grey area. We came down and tested it again on Friday. Even on Saturday, you know, quite a close drop down. Where Saturday opened was 36.5. But we've started pushing now to that next target of kind of 40, 42-ish. And then, you know, maybe eventually then up towards 50. But Hype's proving to be the strongest out of everything at the moment. BNB, you know, comfortably started a nice uptrend as well. I haven't refreshed my BNB chart in ages. Since basically we looked at this, I don't think I've refreshed my BNB chart much. Tau is ripping. We'll get to Tau in a minute, Bosco, yeah? We'll get to Tau in a minute. We've got XMR down there, Zek. Doge, kind of yet to get going as well, isn't it? Doge kind of yet to get going. Obviously, nicely up from down here. You know, if you look at that, you know, say you bought anywhere during that period down here, you know, you were 12% up, but it's not really got going yet, has it, Doge? So plenty of potential for that. Asta, same thing, not really got going. Look at the range on Asta. That range is incredible on Asta, isn't it? I mean, if you like trading ranges, I mean, you can't really ask for much more, can you? Particularly over the past couple of weeks. You know, that's a super tight range. And bar obviously kind of that wild candle in this one, that has literally just been bang, 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 bang. Interested to see what happens with Asta though, obviously given the ties to CZ. Pump, again, you know, yet to get going really. Not really got going yet. Still fairly close to its lows. So, you know, what's possible with Pump? We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, Pepe just annihilating everything else today, up nearly 17%, outperforming pretty much anything that I've seen on the market so far anyway, while we're making our way down this list. Mantle started performing quite nicely again. Obviously, there was a period in time, wasn't there? Towards, I'd probably say, like, it was like September, November-ish, wasn't it? When this was outperforming everything on its own. You got Litecoin starting to go as well. Link, channel favourite Link. There you go. There's the analysis from last week on Link. Get above the grey area and then start shooting upwards. We're above the grey area, started shooting upwards very nicely. AVAX. So there are some things following it nicely, but also some things yet to get going. I seen someone posting about DOT before, talking about $30, and I was just thinking, what bloody dreamland are you living in here? Like, what dreamland are you living in? I mean, there's one thing saying, can DOT me? Oh, yeah, oh, look at Tau. Jesus, look at that. That's already done a 2x off the bottom, hasn't it? I mean, look at that. That was a trade that never come off. We never ended up getting above there, did we? What I would say on Tau is, firstly, what a move. I mean, look at them candles. So expansive. So expansive. I mean, what a move to be riding. But what I would say is, it's basically approaching resistance now, isn't it? So this is where resistance was last time. You know, this is where resistance came in, kind of in this area. Now, you can draw it a bit different if you want to. You know, you could definitely maybe pull this down a bit, like that. And maybe even come a bit further down to get some of this price action, however you want to draw it. But what I would say is, Tau is definitely coming into resistance from my point of view. But yeah, what a move. I mean, what a move. Even from here, you know, what's that? Say when it was consolidating there, let's just say you got in right in the middle. So nothing too, you know, sniperish, but right in the middle. 65%. Can't complain with that, can you? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. I hope not. Why has that suddenly started? What does it mean it's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming? Open widget. Stream status poor. Hopefully that fixes itself. Let me know how it's coming across for you guys. I hope that it's not buffering too much. Dave, have you looked at Adder? No, I'm not. I'll look at Adder now, mate. I'm concerned about what's going on here with the stream, saying that it's not receiving enough video and is now buffering. Is that true? Yeah, seems laggy. Well, hopefully it's just a momentary thing, and hopefully it stops. Let me know if it's got any better now. Seems like it is fixed. Yeah. Hopefully. Let's have a look at Adder. Steve-O wants me to look at Adder. What are we seeing on Adder, Steve-O? I think, yeah, well, there's a lot of them that are looking like this, isn't there? You know, there's a lot of them that are looking like this. And what I would say is, because you are not hardwired, as I told you before, oh, mate, I've never been hardwired on the stream. I think it's back now, anyway. I think it's back. I've never had the stream hardwired. Yeah, what you would say is there's a lot of things looking like this, isn't there, that are yet to break out. A lot of things that are broke out, but a lot of things that are yet to break out. Now, obviously, this is where we was looking at Adder last time, but we can get rid of that, really. Now, what we want to be focusing on is this most recent price action. What I would say is kind of into there. You know, if Adder does get a good breakout in towards kind of like 36, 37 cents, is probably where I'd be looking. Personally, it started to lag again. Oh no! It says the stream status is excellent on mine, so hopefully it's just where you guys are maybe a couple seconds behind. I hope, anyway. I hope it's where you guys are just a couple seconds behind. It says the stream health is excellent. So don't know about that, but yeah. Anyway, Adder, yeah, I mean, just needs to break out of resistance, doesn't it? It just needs to break out of resistance, and then, you know, we can start looking for upside. It is dropping in and out, sometimes fine, others lagging. The higher the quality of video, the more bandwidth for users. That is why. Yeah, I mean, it's only been that bit though. I think it was fine last week when I streamed on the Wednesday with OBS, and I think it's been fine all up until now, until that point. So maybe it's something I'll have to look at, maybe not. Either way, I think it's been fine for the most part. It seems like I'm watching it now. My stream's probably the same length as you guys, where it's about 5 to 10 seconds behind. So, It seems like it's fine. It seems like it's smooth. Let me know if it's back up and running. But yeah, Adder, I mean, just needs to break out of resistance, doesn't it? You know, just needs to break out of resistance. And like a few things, you know, XRP was one that we looked at then, wasn't it? A few others yet to break out of resistance, but when they do, bang, you know, can start running then. Hopefully. Where was we up to anyway? Is there anything else that's taken our eye, guys? Anything else that's taken our eye? Let's see. I can't believe this thing. I mean, this thing is crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy, the downfall of this thing. It's wild. I mean, look at that chart. Have you ever seen such a horrible, ugly-looking chart in all your life? Look at the state of it. I can't... It's probably to a point now where we could just remove this off the list. But, I mean, if you actually look at that, right, you go back to December 2024. So, what's that? About 16 months ago? About 16 months, innit? 16, maybe 17 months. That has only had 2 green monthly candles since then. And even at that point, they were very close to where the monthlies opened. It is one not really talked about anymore, exactly. And it's probably one where we could just remove it off the watch list, to be honest. But I'm just astounded because this is one that I used to hold when it was like $200, $100, that kind of area. I remember I bought it when we got this bounce in 22. So I think I was buying it like when it was like $150, and obviously ended up going back above 200. Didn't actually sell it. I ended up selling it for a small loss. Full transparency. But I mean, it's just, you look at that, it's just chart death, innit? Some point now, things like you would hope that it would put together some sort of rally. More so just for the people that are still holding it. More than anything else. I couldn't give two shits what it does. But for anyone, you know, for anyone still holding it, that. Oh my god, this thing? Oh, when did this do this? Obviously, for everyone watching, you'll know that this is a stream favourite. This has been a stream favourite too. Not to actually, we had never really traded it. We just liked looking at it. Single cycle coin. Do you know what, coding? Do you know what? I haven't actually heard that phrase used too much. Single cycle coin. But I think that is definitely that's definitely a phrase we could use more often now. Single cycle coin. I like that. Steve says he longed Adder at 25.90. Mate, yeah, I mean, just needs to catch up a bit, doesn't it? Still yet to break its resistance, but if it does, hopefully play catch up and hopefully you'll make some nice money, mate. I'm still interested. I've still not bought any of this, but I am interested in this, I'll be honest. I am interested in this. Still not bought any, but I am interested. What else have we got? Nothing real else, is there? Not that I don't think anyway. Anything making some mad moves. Do you remember this thing? XPL. That thing just died a death as well, innit? But, you know, was maybe this put in a bottom? A lot of these, you know, a lot of these things may just get, if especially in the right conditions, may just get like a wild rally out of them. I don't know. HUD had a deep retrace. That's minus like 50% in it from its high. But yeah, that's where we're up to anyway with that. Oil, we'll go over oil again because obviously I know Muji asked for it. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not an oil trader. Don't really trade oil. But what I would say is that if you zoom out on the chart, there is a clear point of SR, which is here. And you can I'd probably make this box a little bit wide personally, because of just the volatility of oil. But you can see here, you know, going back almost 2 years to July 24, this is where obviously this area started coming in as resistance. So came down there, sold off the resistance in again in the October. So now it's really becoming resistance. January 25, June 25, and then I'll tell you what, let me turn Stonksy off so you can see it. Just the background's kind of making it phase out a bit. So you can see there, you know, there is your SR. And then, obviously, it comes up, rejects initially, then pushes through. And then, when oil gets that big spike, when it comes back down, where does it bounce from? it bounces from in that zone, that kind of 76, 77 towards 80 points. So that kind of couple of dollar zone and region on the chart is big SR. And as you can see, we spent ages under it at resistance, and then when it got the big spike and came back down, that's exactly where the selling stopped and where oil bounced from. So there is kind of like, there's your daily SR, there's your kind of daily pivot points. So you know, oil down here, you want to see supply come in for a bounce. Back below here, you know, kind of lights out into kind of that region. That's kind of like, again, you know, kind of a wide region to account for the volatility that oil's seeing. But kind of that's what I'd be looking at on a daily front anyway. Lower time frame wise, let's see what we've got on the 4 hour. Let's see. I mean, there's not really much there, is there, apart from, I don't know how much to pay attention to liquidity sweeps. I mean, what have we got here? You got Friday's low there. You got SR in here as well, to be fair. Let me turn the magnet off. You've got SR in here. So they'd be kind of my two levels personally. You may get some people identifying ones on the 5 minute, you know, for scalping oil, maybe even the 1 hour. But they're kind of the two areas I'd be interested in if I was going to trade oil, would be kind of the $89 region as SR, and that's obviously more low time frame, but particularly high time frame, key SR, kind of the 78 region. So hope you found that helpful anyway, Muji. Let me know in the chat if you did. Hopefully you did. Apart from that, I've not got anything else for you, mate, on oil. The S&P is starting to run pretty good. So S&P running pretty good. Yeah. Overall, it's been a really good day so far, hasn't it? Really nice day for Bitcoin. Really nice day for altcoins. ETH moving really nicely, which is good to see. The S&P's moving nicely, up 1.5%. Oil down. Really good conditions. Really nice conditions. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens next, won't we? We'll see what happens next. Anything else you would like me to cover? Do remember as well, we have got the Fed interest rate decision on Wednesday. So, I will be live for this. Probably live on my own, I would think, because of obviously Wiz being in Thailand. I can't imagine. I think probably going to be like early hours of the morning / middle of the night for Wiz. I can't imagine we're going to get much. I think it's just going to be a complete nothing burger. It's 99% odds on that the Fed maintains rates. So the actual decision itself, when it's announced, shouldn't really, you wouldn't think, cause much of a stir. We'll see maybe if he says anything in the press conference, but Powell doesn't really give much away, does he? So personally, I think press conference probably going to be a nothing burger. How crazy do you think the market would go if we actually had cuts? Oh my god. I mean, if the do you know what's interesting, coding? Is I could see that from 2 points of view. I could see it from 2 points of view. One aspect in terms of they've cut when it's heavily priced in that they're going to hold. So you would naturally think bullish, wouldn't you? You'd think, oh, this is great. But I actually think my prediction on that would be, initially we'd spike from everyone thinking it's great, it's bullish. But what I think would happen is, I think we'd sell off sharply. And I think we could actually retrace quite a bit. Because what is the Fed seeing? And what is the Fed scared of? To cut when it's so heavily expected that the Fed's going to remain on current rates. Because the Fed would be cutting potentially out of fear and out of concern more than anything. So that's probably what I would think would happen. I think initially we'd pump because everyone would be euphoric and thinking it's the most bullish thing that's happened this year. The Fed cutting when it's meant to be 99% odds on that they're going to hold current rates. But then what I think the reality would then come to mind in terms of why have the Fed done that and what are the Fed kind of seeing and expecting to happen for them to cut when no one is expecting them to cut. So I don't actually think it will be bullish. I think it will be bullish initially. I think we get a good spike from it. But then afterwards, I think the kind of the reality and the fear would set in. The fact of why have they done that, and kind of what are they expecting. So yeah, I think that would be my kind of point of view on it anyway. Has Wiz moved to Thailand or just on a long holiday? Just on a long holiday, mate. Yeah, he's not moved to Thailand. He's just on a long holiday. I can't remember when he's meant to be back. What I do know is he was meant to be spending some time in Abu Dhabi before returning to the UK. But obviously, I'm guessing kind of them plans at the moment anyway are up in the air, given what's going on with the strikes on the UAE from Iran. So yeah, no idea. I don't know when he's back. I don't know what he's doing next. What I do know is obviously he's not moved there. But yeah, I think in terms of the overall crypto market, that's pretty much where we're at, innit? I think what we want to see is obviously Bitcoin continue to push on, and particularly if we go to the daily, that's obviously what I think would be happening in terms of a continued rally from here. This area would be the position where we'd halt, I think anyway. But if we do retrace down, obviously this is the area to hold. We need to make sure that we do not under any circumstances drop below the grey box. Then we would be in trouble. It's still fine in UAE. I'm here. Are you, Muji? Alright, okay. Well, there you go then. What part are you in, Muji? What part are you in? I heard he found a lovely L-boy. Well, mate, you said it, not me. I don't know about that. I have friends over there who have lived there for 10 years, set up their own business, and want to come back now. The thing is, well, actually, there's two things. Maybe Muji could spread some light on this. Obviously, it may just be a short-term thing. Oh, so you're in Abu Dhabi? Yeah, so maybe Abu Dhabi's kind of a lot safer than Dubai's getting hit quite a lot, innit? Muji. Dubai's getting hit quite a lot. I don't know about Abu Dhabi. But what I would say is that, and I can't even remember what I was going to say. I said what I would say, and I don't even know where I was going with that. Is obviously, we don't know how long it's going to last. It could last until this week. It could last till next week. It could be a multi-month, maybe even a multi-year thing. Who knows? Obviously, Trump probably wants it over and done with as fast as possible, but is that going to be the case? But what I also did see is that there's a risk to Dubai, and I don't know about you, Muji. I'm not too sure, but what I did see was obviously with the US hitting these bunkers where Iran's storing like uranium and mining uranium and stuff like that. I think there's a risk to surrounding areas of radiation, isn't there? Because obviously it's gonna, the US is blowing these things up, these bunkers and these plants and these mining bits and whatever else, and obviously it's blowing the emissions into the air, which is then obviously releasing radiation into the air. So I think that's probably a concern that a lot of people haven't actually accounted for. It's all right, the US blowing these bunkers and these nuclear plants or mines, whatever it is, to bits, but then the radiation's got to go somewhere, and it's obviously some of it's going into the air, innit? So that's not what you want if you want to avoid bloody nuclear radiation anyway. So I'm not an expert on it though, to be honest, and I don't even know if it's actually 100% factually true. It may just be you're seeing all sorts, aren't you? You're seeing absolutely all sorts of mad headlines and mad this and mad that. You don't know what's true. Obviously there's a lot of debate going on. Is Netanyahu dead? Obviously a lot of people thinking that the video, particularly with the coffee cup, is AI, and a lot of people thinking he's dead. There was another one, weren't there, where he had like 6 fingers or something crazy. So there's just so much going on. One, it's hard to keep up with it all, and two, you don't even know what's real anymore. But yeah, thank you for joining me today, everyone. It's been great to have you on. Thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for engaging in the chat. Obviously, it's great to be back. Great to have such a good setup now as well, and such a good streaming system. Obviously, I'll be back streaming on Wednesday. I'll have some shorts going up. Do make sure you hop over. If you're not keeping an eye out, guys, hop over to the Stonksy X, because I am posting shorts Monday to Friday. And one of them last week got 14,000 views, which is epic. The other got 8. So they're doing really good views on X. And obviously I'll have a video going out on YouTube tomorrow as well. So yeah, thank you for joining. And yeah, I will see you guys stream Wednesday. Obviously I'll see you in the Discord. And have a good one. I appreciate you guys. Peace out.